Hi, and welcome to the Farmer Braun podcast. I'm Josh Hahn, aka Farmer Braun. Silly name that my buddies and I came up with when we were lifting. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm a husband. I'm a dad to two beautiful daughters, and I work as a pharmacist. So there's that whole farmer part. Previously, I worked in construction, both commercial and residential. I had my own remodeling company. I also play around on YouTube. I have an automotive channel as well as my personal channel. It's kind of a mix of everything. I like to lift weights. I like to play music, travel, and do all things outdoors. So I want to start this podcast because I just want to help you get further in life. So I frequently get asked, Josh, how do you do so much? How do you fit in all of the things that you do? How are you not stressed out with all the things you've got going on? And honestly, I just feel like a normal guy doing normal things that I like, but looking deeper, I guess I do have things in place in my life to make it all happen. And I don't know, doing my 2023 year in review, gosh, we do a lot of things. So how do we make it all happen? And by we, I mean Allison's, my wife, is a huge part of that. So basically, I just want to help you guys with my knowledge and experience on how to make all the things happen. So in this episode, we're going to talk about goals. And right now, it's like first part of February, so a lot of times, New Year's resolutions kind of like falling off of them. And so I just want to say, like, that doesn't matter. If that's you, if you're like falling away from your New Year's resolutions, it's okay. You don't have to wait until next year to start. You can start right now. You just might need to reevaluate your goals and make a game plan. So I got 3 tips as far as goal making. First, the size of the goal matters. You've probably heard this strategy of starting small and make bite-sized goals so you can like see your progress. But I think it depends on the goal and your relationship with that goal. Like, are you excited about it? How much does that goal mean to you? Are you okay with failure? So I'll give you a couple of examples. Last November, I finished up a lifting program that resulted in big PRs across all my lifts, and that was pretty sweet. My original plan was to finish out the year with the bodyweight program just to give myself a break from the barbell. But then I realized I was only 44 pounds away from a 1,200 pound total with my squat, bench, and deadlift. So I decided to get a 1,200 pound total by the end of the year. To put it in perspective, I put 68 pounds on my total in 10 months. And now I was trying to add another 44 pounds in 6 weeks. That is a big, huge goal. But I got excited about it. And in result, I didn't miss a single training session the last 6 weeks of the year. And I PR'd in both the squat and the bench. I only added 10 pounds to my total. But if my goal would have been to only add 10 pounds, I probably would have got bored and not even tried. But because it was a big goal and got me excited, I at least made some progress. I kind of got that tip from a dude named Eric Bugenhagen. So he talks about like just making big, huge goals that seem kind of outrageous. Because when you pursue those, you're going to make more progress than you would have if you would have said, oh, I want to add 5 pounds to, such and such lift. On the other end of the spectrum, we've got some vacations coming up where knowing Spanish will be helpful. I'm not particularly excited about learning a language, but I do know that it would help to know some Spanish, like going to Costa Rica, going to Mexico. So I have a goal to do some Duolingo 5 minutes a day. You don't learn a ton in 5 minutes a day, but it is sustainable. If I made a goal to do 30 minutes a day on something that I'm not particularly excited about, it probably wouldn't happen at all. All right, so the second tip is to write down your 5 most important goals every day. So I try to journal every day. It ends up being about 2/3 of the time, but still pretty good. And part of my journal entry is writing down my top 5 goals. So currently it looks like this: 5,000 subscribers for DPV. That's my automotive channel. $1,000 in emergency fund. 228 pounds by Costa Rica. Making 10 episodes for this podcast, and paying off our remodel. So writing down these goals as often as I can puts them in the front of my mind, and therefore it impacts my decision making throughout the day. I can ask myself, is this activity, this decision moving me towards my goal or away from my goal? The example of being down to 228 by Costa Rica is an easy example. So is this workout moving me towards or away? It's towards. Great. So I'm going to do it. Is this plate of brownies moving me towards my goal or away? Away. Dang it. I guess I'm going to have to skip that. But at least because I've been writing it down, I know what I need to do. So last year, from January all the way until November, I wrote down in my journal, every time I journaled, 500-pound deadlift. And in November 2023, I got it. And writing it down helped me put in the work. Writing it down, put it in the forefront of my mind that I'm not going to skip assistance. I'm not going to skip a training session. I'm going to make sure I'm getting my protein, and on. And, put in the work, got my 500-pound deadlift. And as I complete one of these top 5 goals, I replace it. All right, and the last tip is to know your why. Why are these goals important to you? Are they important to you? If they're not important to you, then back to the drawing board. So let me tell you the why behind my list as an example. Maybe it'll help you out. So 5,000 subs for DPV. I want to continue to expand my influence in the automotive enthusiast world, bringing wholesome, family-friendly content to that space and inspire people to build cool stuff while going on epic adventures. Pretty cool why. And it takes a lot of work to build up a YouTube channel. $1,000 emergency fund. I know some of you guys are probably way ahead of me on that, but hey, it's all good. We all got to start somewhere. I want to develop better spending and saving habits and be a good steward of what's been given to me. 228 by Costa Rica. I got a little fluffy chasing the weight on the barbell last fall, and I want to look better with my shirt off when I go to these tropical vacations. 10 episodes for the Farmer Braun podcast. I want to help people achieve more with the life they've been given, and this is an avenue where I can share my knowledge. And then pay off the remodel. It's the first step in the pursuit of financial freedom. Getting that upstairs paid off will, free up some cash and hopefully allow us to make some bigger investments in the future. So your why needs to be big enough to justify the sacrifice, because any goal worth chasing is going to require sacrifice. Some whys don't need to be as big for some goals, like the 228 by Costa Rica. Like that why, I just want to look better. Like that's not that big of a deal, but also the sacrifice isn't that big a deal. It's like a few less calories. But other goals like, paying off the remodel or building up that YouTube channel requires a lot of time and effort, but the why is big. So in recap, the size of the goal matters based on the relationship you have with that goal. Write your goals down, and lastly, know your why. So anyway, hopefully this was helpful. If it was, and you're on YouTube, leave a comment, leave a review on your podcast app, and shoot me an email if you got any questions or suggestions or whatever. Look forward to hearing from you. I'm going to shoot for 2 episodes a month. That's my goal with the podcast. We'll see how I do there. And you can find me anywhere you can find podcasts. Find me on YouTube at the Team Han vlog. And then also, if you want to follow my lifting, that's at Farmer Braun on Instagram. So anyway, thank you so much for hanging out. See you next time.